Hey, hey, good evening, Periscope. Hi, it's your girl Petra here. Hi, how you doing? We're going to be talking about how to do the most perfect sales call. Hi, how you doing? Au revoir. Nice to meet you. Nice to see you. Thank you for joining me this evening. Thank you so much. If you don't know who I am, my name is Petra Foster and I'm your brand wealth strategist. And today we are going to be talking about how to have the most perfect sales call. So if you've got any questions about sales calls, I want you to fire them at me. If you're nervous about having sales calls, you don't have to be. They're not that difficult at all. Hi, USL Chris. Hi, thanks for joining me. How are you doing? We're going to be talking about how to have the most perfect sales call. Thank you. First of all, let me know exactly who you are, what your name is, and where you're from. I am from Birmingham, UK, which is in England, obviously. And my name is Petra Foster, and I'm a personal branding wealth strategist for passionate entrepreneurs. So tell me about you, where you're from, and what's your name? So let's get started then, shall we? Let's talk about sales calls. So tell me exactly what it is that you do, and if you have do you do discovery calls, do you do sales calls before you speak to people? Tell me if you actually do sales calls, and then we can go straight in. Okay, awesome. So I'm going to let you know the perfect process of having a sales call. Hi, Miss Robin Wiggins. Hi, thank you so much for joining me. We're going to be talking about how to have the most perfect sales call. And my name is Petra, and I'm the personal brand wealth strategist. Please type in the chat. Let me know exactly what it is that you do. Hey, nice to see you. Tell me where you're from and what it is that you do, and then we can go straight in. I was having this conversation just the other day about how to have a sales call with one of my clients. And for those who don't know me, I actually do personal branding for coaches so they can stand out and get known and be competition proof so that they can sell their services with ease and with flow. And Robin is from Virginia Beach, Mary Kay consultant. Awesome. Okay, so you do sales calls on a regular basis then. Awesome. To get people to join your team. Brilliant. So let's first talk about why we have sales calls to begin with. First of all, it's so important for you to get to know the person who wants to work with you, because as a entrepreneur, you've always got to think about, this is your business and you're the one that chooses exactly who you want to work with and why. So what that means is that you don't have to work with absolutely everyone that wants to work with you. You can choose. Thank you so much, Robin, for inviting your followers. So you can choose exactly the type of person who you want to work with. And this is the reason why we have discovery calls. So the number one thing that you must do when you have discovery calls is always have a pre-call questionnaires. This is sometimes called a filtration process, or you can also call it a disqualifying process. So what that means is that before someone gets on the phone with you, send them out a few questions, asking them exactly what it is that they need. So you obviously ask them their name and their Skype. You'd ask them for their website, so you can actually know what it is that they want. You'll ask them what problems are they currently having right now. Hi, Karina. You'll ask them what problems are they having right now, and you also really want to know if they are ready to work with you straight away. So you're going to want to know what budget they have. So on that questionnaire, you might want to put, what is your budget? Okay, it's really important that the person needs to understand that when they get on the call with you, they know that you're going to be selling to them at the end of the day. Okay, So the reason why we have the pre-call questions is for you, so that you are fully armed as to what you need to, so you're fully armed as to what they want, and so you know straight away if you can or want to work with them. Because if they don't fill out the form accordingly, or if they're not your target market, you can say, okay, thank you so much for your application, but what I will do, I will I could refer you to someone else who's able to help you. That's just in case they're not quite a right fit for you. Okay, thank you. Oh gosh, you guys know each other. Awesome. So listen, let me know, give me some heart, ask questions in the comments, just so I know that you're listening and you're getting what I'm saying. Okay, thank you for the blue hearts. So that, first of all, those are your questionnaire. Now, when they get on the phone with you, this is what you must do. Okay, first of all, you've got to be get yourself into a position where you're calm, where you're relaxed, where you're just where you're completely focused on the call. Okay, and then when the person gets on the call, you say hi, how you doing, and you make a bit of chit chat. But also remember, when someone comes on a call with you, okay, they are already preoccupied, because they have just been thinking about they've got things on their mind that they've just been thinking about what's just happened since they've been on the call with you. So what you want to do is basically you want to get them back in the room, and you do that by giving them a compliment. So you give them a compliment. So whether they could be, you could know them on Facebook, you could know them from social media, and you give them a compliment. You say, hey, wow, I like your website, I love your hair, whatever it is. You give them a compliment to let them know that you've checked them out and to get them back in the room. Okay, now this part of the call is where you take complete control now. Okay, so always remember that when someone comes on the phone with you, it's because you are the expert and they want your services. Thank you for those blue hearts. So this is what you do now. You then tell them how the call is going to go. That's what you do. Okay, so the questions what I like to say is, okay, thank you so much for coming on this call with me today, and what we are now going to do is, okay, so you tell them exactly how the call is going to take place. Okay, you take complete control. One of the questions that one thing that I say during that time is that I'll say to them, what we're going to go through right now, this call will take 45 minutes, and we're going to talk about we're going to ask you questions about your current business, what problems that you're having in your business right now, and I'll be letting you know exactly how you'll be able to work with me. But what I will say is that in this session, we're not going to be able to have any answers for you in this session. Okay, now you may think that's a bit negative, okay? But the reason why you say that is because you know how some people are. They might just be shopping around trying to get free strategy sessions with you, and that's just not what we're here for, okay? We're not here for that. So those are the questions that you would ask just to set the tone of the rest of the call. And then what you need to have now is a set of pre-written down questions, okay? Now, these questions are what you're always going to have when people come on the phone with you, okay? I was speaking to one of my new clients recently, and we're just going through this process, and I was saying, okay, so, what are the questions that you ask when you get on the phone with someone? And then she said, I just wing it. And I was like, you can't just wing it. You can't do that. You have to have structure. So depending on what business that you're in and the results that you get, then ask them the appropriate questions. So you're going to want to know what is your business? How long have you been in business? What are you currently earning? What is it that you want to earn right now? What is it that you're passionate about? What struggles are you having in your business right now. Because remember, you need to know what their pain points are, because at the end of the call, you're going to be telling them your solutions. Okay, so these are the reasons why you ask. Now, during these calls, you also want to make sure that you are establishing a emotional connection. So think about this, okay? Because think of a question that is really going to be touching their hearts, okay? So you could ask a question like this. So for instance, you could ask, a person may want to join your team, or they might want you to work with them because they want to earn more money. But a lot of the time, it isn't about money. Okay, there's a deeper, there's a real why, like a true reason as to why they want your services. So ask questions like, what would it mean to your family if you were to get the results that you wanted? Like, really ask them intimate questions like that, just so you can have an emotional connection with them. And therefore it takes away not just talking about money, because people start businesses because they want to leave a legacy for their children, because they're sick and they can't actually go out to work, or maybe they want to build a business and a brand that they can work around with their children. So this is the kind of thing that you've really got to think about. Okay, so try to get that emotional connection. Now, as you're going through the questions with them, during the end of the questioning phase, then you're going to reiterate all the problems that they said that they had. Okay, and then you will then say to them, hey, would you want to know what it's like to work with me? Okay, now they'll obviously are going to say yes. Now, this is the point where you need to be really, really clear, okay? Don't reel off everything that you do, okay? No, that's not what you want to do. What you want to do is basically tell them the results that they're going to get when they work with you. Tell them the results, and tell them the results of your past clients. So for me, the results that I would normally say in my discovery calls is that I've had a client that grew their list from 0 to 600 in just a few weeks. I've had a client that did her first launch of her online program, and she made just over $3,000. I've had another client who is now building her online course. So tell them the results that you give. You know the results, okay? So you tell them. Okay, then they'll be pretty impressed. They'll be impressed because you know what they want, because you've already asked them during this call. Okay? So then what you do then is you tell them your price. Okay, now don't be scared of that. Okay, so many people are scared about saying how much, saying what their fees, but there's no need to be afraid about that, because if you're communicating your results and you know that you get the results, then you can ask for your fee. Okay, but I'm going to talk about fees and pricing probably in another scope rather than this one. So then you just tell them your fee. You say to them, and your investment is such and such. Whatever your investment is, just tell them what it is. Okay, and then you pause. There will be a pause there. Don't interrupt that pause. Don't interrupt it, okay? Don't interrupt that pause. Just let them think, because at that time they're processing it. They're processing, one, if they want to work with you. Two, if they've got that money right now, or they're processing how they're going to get that money. So you don't want to interrupt them during that part, okay? And then you ask them 3 closing questions, which I have. And one of them is, one of the questions that I ask is, can you see, have I answered all of your questions? Are you completely clear with the services that I offer? Another question you could ask is, can you see how this service will benefit you and your family? And the third question is literally, can you see any other reason why you wouldn't want to work with me? Okay, that's it. And then you tell them exactly why they are perfect, that they are the perfect client for you to work with. And there you have it, guys. There you have it. That is how you do a perfect discovery call. Now, yes, it's going to take practice. And yes, you're going to have to get your, you're going to have to write down your questions just to make sure that, you have them and they're succinct. And that's how you make the discovery call. So, thank you for the hearts. Tell me, what is it you think? Do you have any questions about that? Do you have any questions about that? Any question about the process? Let me know. Hi, Unique. Hi, how you doing? We've just finished talking about how to do the perfect sales call. I've just already run through it, so we're just at the end now, just asking any questions. And those that have just joined, my name is Petra Foster. I'm a personal branding expert, brand wealth strategist for passionate entrepreneurs, and I help them to get known, be competition proof, and sell their services with ease and with flow. So let me know if you have any questions or anything you want me to repeat about how to have the perfect sales call. What I will do in the next couple of days, I will do a YouTube video about how to about this subject, how to do the best sales call. So we'll put that on YouTube. I do have a YouTube channel which you can go to, and it's Petra Foster. Robin says, I like that you tell them that you're not going to answer the questions today. Absolutely, Robin, because remember, you are an expert in what you do, so they will need to pay for your expertise. Okay, that's really, really important, because otherwise you will go away, you will tell them what to do and they'll go and do it and you haven't been paid, and that is not what you want. That is not what you want. Just to let you know as well, what you can do is, because my expertise is in personal branding and helping you sell your services, you can actually download a free video series that I have, and all you need to do is go to petrafoster.com/get-known. Let me just so if you can see the URL right there, it's petrafoster.com/get-known. And it's a 4-part video series, and I literally talk you through how to become a personal brand, how to create your high-end services, and how to sell them. So you can go and download that. Great. So do you have any other questions? Any other questions? Any other thoughts? Thank you so much, Miss Robin. Thank you so much for that. I will follow you. I will follow you also, Miss Mary Kay Consultant. Thank you so much. I just followed you. So you can do that. And I am going to head off if you haven't got any other questions. Thank you so much for spending this time with me. I know that your time is precious and it's valuable. So I really appreciate you. And I'm sure that I'll be back on Scope with some more business tips tomorrow. Thank you so much, Robin. I do have a Facebook group you can join also if you want to connect with me. And it's called the Brand Domination Academy on Facebook. You can just head on in and join straight away. Okay? So thank you, and I will see you tomorrow. Thank you. Have a blessed day. Thank you, Robin. I'll see you in the group. Bye-bye.